Hi, TJ. You asked how anyone could get any comfort from God. I decided to just give you one example of how and when he comforted me. You see, I had a friend, and I had known this friend since I was 6 and he was 12. And he lived fairly close to us, and my sister was 4 years younger than me, and he would come over when we were younger and swing us around by our arms. So your legs fly out, and swing us around in circles. You know how little kids are. We'd be like, do it again, 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 do it again. He never lost patience with us. And as we got older, nothing was below his dignity to entertain us. He let us put clip-on earrings on him and make him up with our little play makeup. Those sets you get at the dollar store or whatever. You might not know a lot about them, but we had some. And we didn't spend a whole lot of time around each other as I was growing up. I moved away for a few years in my middle childhood, and he moved away for a few years in his middle teens, and I went away to boarding school for high school, and he went away to college, and we wrote sometimes. But as I got older, whenever we did see each other, his eyes would light up like the 4th of July, and he told friends that I was the most beautiful woman he had ever seen in his life. And he told another friend if he could marry anyone in the whole world, it would be me. And we did get married. But he believed a lie, and the light went out of his eyes. And instead of being someone who would do anything for me, he became someone who really wanted to hurt me a lot. So when I went to visit my grandmother one weekend, he moved most of my stuff out of our apartment, changed the locks, and left town. And when I came home, it was late and I was 40 miles from anywhere. And I spent the night crying in the car. And the rest of the next day, mostly sitting disconsolate outside of our door, trying to figure out how to get in, and the police eventually came and let me in. But for him to lock me out, figuratively and physically, that is one of the greatest sorrows of my entire life, to lose him. That will never happen with God. The very next Sabbath after this happened, I got locked out. The sermon was about how God had made an open door in heaven that no man can shut. He loves me. Jesus, in order to not be separated from me forever, Jesus left heaven and the form of God and lived one of our tiny little grief-stricken, sorrowful lives and died a painful, brutal death for me. And he will never leave me or forsake me. He will come back from heaven, where he is right now, making a place for me, a room for me in our Father's house. Someday he will come back for me and the rest of my family with whom I belong, and we'll have dinner. And that's a great comfort for me.